right, for those folks who are tuning in today, my name is Kenny. I stream the games live. We're not going to be doing any lineups today or scoring, just due to the fact that I don't have everyone's names, numbers down, and plus the way that the preseason goes, they do sets of hitters, usually 6 to 7 hitters per set, so that way they can maximize the at-bats for the game. But I'll do my best to communicate the players that I'm aware of. I could possibly give you numbers, but in regards to people, I can only communicate the folks that I know. But hope you guys kind of tune in a little bit here. Going to be doing stuff from center field out here, just to the compressed backstop. Like not to be totally surrounded by a bunch of people at once, so just do a long distance viewing today with multiple camera angles, which we'll get going for you guys here in just a minute, so you guys can see what those are going to look like. But we'll see how this thing progresses out there. So I'll give you a little snapshot of what the angles are going to look like for us for today. Not a bad view out here in the center field, so I definitely could get used to this. Wish I could just remove a couple more slats. It looks like they had to reduce some of them due to wind, probably breaking the concrete when we get the strong wind, so create a nice little wind tunnel on this side. And we'll get going here in just a few minutes. Games will start at 4:30, and as we can figure out, Christian Brothers Falcons are the home team today. And once again, as soon as I can identify players on the field, I will communicate that to you guys at home. And until then, signing off. All right, well, we've got the coaches having a little talk, going over some ground rules. Not sure which coach that might be from CB going over that, but just kind of what they're going to do if the ball goes in specific locations of the field. Sealing down the right field line. I'm sure they're probably talking about the tarp tube as well as the bullpen as it is slightly extended out there. As mentioned before, we're going to have Wood Creek, the visitors. And we have, looks like we got a righty more than likely on the mound unless this is a late arrival just getting warmed up. Well, they're done talking. And it looks like it's time to start playing. Like I said, as soon as I can figure out who's going where, if I know their names, I'll relay that to everybody out there in YouTube land. Christian Brothers is huddling up. Coaches have got them gathered. More fans are coming in. We have a special guest coming in today. Longtime Falcon. Janet Gill is making her way over to the first base side. The Gills are a staple of the CB family. I coached with Joe when he took over in '93 here at Christian Brothers. And then had to take a little hiatus to finish off schooling and stuff, and then came back in '97 and '98 when he called me and said, Kenny, I need your help with the freshman team. So I took those two teams to first place finishes, and then had to step away for a while, and then came back and coached some softball here at Christian Brothers with my oldest daughter. Back right around COVID through 2023, so about 4 years here with the girls. And on the mound, looks like we have Andrew Perez rocking number 18. The battery mates, it looks like it's McKechnie in his new Stormtrooper gear. Got Nolan Gill rocking over at first base. Looks like Cameron Beck might be at second. Kason Lim is at short. Trying to make out who's over at third. Looks like it might be number 14, Jesse. But in left field, we got number 4, Southpaw. Center field, we have number 13. And waiting for the right field to rotate around a little bit so I can grab his number. I think it's 16, but we'll figure that out here in just a minute. Perez got his pitch going right now. I don't have a clock on him since I'm very far away. Cannot get the radar on him today. Hopefully he's not throwing too much because I do know his travel bowl team does have a playoff game tomorrow night. So hopefully it's going to be a Johnny Staff moment, maybe like a light bullpen for him. Looks like the Falcons got a few more players out now after all the graduations have taken place. Since they are not allowed to play and participate until they're actually done with their junior high schooling. Perez might be finishing up his warm-up pitches. Still trying to get a read on number 16 is in right field. Excuse me, left field. My mistake. Left field. And right field's number 4. All right, looks like the final pitch has been thrown. Perez delivers the final pitch to McKechnie, throws it down to second to Lim. And let's get this ball game started. Once again, won't be doing scoreboard because the way the apps work today, I cannot stay up with the constant rotation of the hitters. So that would be very, very challenging, but I thought I'd give you guys a little taste of what you guys might be able to get throughout the season. More often than not, we'll have radar going as well as scoreboard and statistics. So Perez on the mound, working out the stretch. First pitch in, ball's popped up over to the third base side. Just looks like he pops over there. Ball is foul. Perez also makes a valiant effort for it. But it did leave the field of play. And now we're 0-1. Next pitch in, ball away. McKechnie digs it out of the dirt. 2-1. 2-1 pitch on the way. Perez grooves one just on the outside corner for 2-2 count. 2-2 pitch is about to be delivered here, and here he goes. Ball's ground ball to Lim. Lim makes a valiant effort to not able to get to it. Number 13 fields in center field. That is going to go as a base hit. So we got a runner first, no outs. See if Perez is going to be quick to the plate. Hopefully he's working on the slide step, give the catchers an opportunity. He gets his gear back together here. Well, he's throwing his PitchCom back in the helmet. Crazy how the kids in high school are using PitchCom. But runner first, 0-0 on the count. Perez takes a peek, get ready to deliver, and here it comes. Ball is low. 1-0. Ball's hit the right field. Number 4 is coming in for it. Gets it, picks it up. Just a little bit, but keeps it in front of him so that we retains the runner at second base so they don't advance. So back-to-back base hits with Wood Creek. Got runners at first and second. Number 3 better come to the plate. Ball definitely was not hit hard. But needless to say, it did drop in for a hit. No look. Right to the plate. Curveball in for a strike. So 0-1 on the batter. A little breeze out here today, which is nice, but it does take away from the shade as the umbrella is getting pushed around. Ball in, a little low on power signals. So that was just below the knees. 1-1 on the batter. Perez takes a peek over second and delivers. Ball's hit to right field again. Number 4 is making a great charge for it. Does hit the ground. That is going to allow a run to score. Nolan throws to McKechnie. And no score there. Great relay from number 4 to Nolan Gill to McKechnie for the out as he was rounding third base. So nobody scores on that play. Great relay right there. Like the aggressive running by Wood Creek, especially early in the season, what the guys are capable of doing. But the Falcons do make that play. Now with 1 out, runners at first and second. Perez takes a couple looks over second and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Ball in the dirt. McKechnie digs it out. 1-1. Third baseman signaling to the left fielder, letting him know how to position with the pitch that's coming. No look in the delivery. Ball low again. Looks in. Likes what he sees and delivers. Ball just misses away. I believe the count is 3-0 on the batter. Be nice to get a little 6-4-3 double play here or a 1-6-3. That's in. Oh, umpire called it a ball. Looked like it was a strikeout here in center field. But I am a little bit away, so bases. Let's see here. It looks like bases are now loaded. Not sure what the runner at first base is doing. I think they're complaining about that strike call because definitely was a strike on this side here. So 4 straight there, but got bases loaded. Lots of opportunities here. Hopefully corner's going to be in. Middle should be back for a double play. First pitch in for a strike from Perez. And the pitch. Strike two. And foul ball. We've got a substitute runner, so granted it's preseason, but normally that usually means you got a catcher you're running for. I'm not sure how that applies in high school now, but travel ball rules, that does apply. That should be, oh, McKechnie throws a 15-yard penalty, intentional grounding, trying to get the ball to third base. The guy was trying to fake the throw, but it slipped out. Lucky enough, Jesse was able to scoot on over there and scoop it up. So signaling the count here to see what they're going to do. Ball's fouled off. Looks like it's be getting out of play on the first base side. And it does. So Prez is working ahead on this batter. Still opportunity for double play alive. Looks like the corners are in, middles are back. Curveball in for strike three. I believe it's strike three. Yep, yes it is. There he goes. So Perez was a nice buckler right there. Started at the right hip of the batter, froze him completely still as it cuts across the plate for the third strike. So with two down, bases loaded, Falcons are trying to work one more out here. Ground ball's hit to the second base side, scooped up. Oh, just missed by Cameron Beck. Great effort. Run does score this one. So bases are still loaded, and Wood Creek puts one across the plate. All right, see if Falcons can get one more out here. Ground ball, the shortstop looks like Lim scoops it up, flips it over second base for the easy one. Well, it wasn't quite that easy, but they made it happen. So Lim to Beck for the third out. So going to the bottom first, the Falcons are chasing one in this preseason. And I will, not preseason, actually I guess summer ball. Not sure how to really announce that. But we'll get going here in just a few minutes. And be back with you guys. All right, pitcher's warm. Got his catcher's got the ball down to second. Looks like we got a righty on the mound for Wood Creek, as they're wearing maroon with white. Maroon shirts with white pants. And coming to plate, cannot tell you. First pitch in, hits the backstop. Ball one. 1-0 offering. Ball is away, 2-0. Even deer warm-ups from this angle. Next pitch in for a ball, so 3-1. Once he gets to first base, I'll try to get the number for you guys. In for a strike. Count is full. And here comes the pitch, the money pitch. Just misses away. Umpire is definitely has a very small zone today. And as he hustles down, that was number, looks like 12, I believe. These old eyes may be lying, but now we got a southpaw at the plate. It looks like it's number 4. Looks like he's showing bunt. Infield's crashing. Might be a slash. We'll see here in a minute. No, it's actual bunt. A completely stolen base there, uncontested. Number 12 had a huge jump, arrived safely at second base. Had plenty of time to spare. Probably could have done it twice. He's getting a pretty sizable lead over there. Shortstop's playing on behind his hip. Gives a quick fake. Shortstop goes back to position, and pitcher throws the pitch. Swing and a miss. Pitcher resets, takes a peek, comes set, looking a second, takes another peek over to the runner, number 12, and he's delivering. Ball away. Big shuffle by number 12. Drew the attention of the pitcher. And give credit to number 12 for delivering, causing that pitch to be a ball. Swing, foul ball. Big shuffle for number 12. Second base is breaking. They're going to try a quick pick and a little wheel pick. Doesn't make an attempt. Foul ball off to the third base side. Modified wheel pick. Number 12 returns safely back to second. On deck, looks like we have number 2, and I believe that's Cameron Beck. Ball away, ball 4. So now runners at first and second, no outs. Falcons are going to work on trying to get this game even. Right now it's 1-0 Wood Creek in the bottom of the first. Not too many balls were hit hard, but they found holes, and just like the baseball gods, you know, sometimes you hit a line drive and you're out, and flare, you're safe, and vice versa. And it was another modified wheel pick. They're definitely worried about the runner at second. try again. I think if this was a season game, there'd be some boos going on right now. Here, just play some ball. Number 12 steals that base. Great bunt, perfectly executed. Allows both runners to advance, so that goes as a quality AB by Cameron Beck. Now coming to plate is number 14, Jesse, with runners, both runners in scoring position now, second and third. So CB has an opportunity right now to put a couple runs on the board. Base hit, should score 2. Ooh, ball inside, chicken winged him right between the shoulder blades. That's not going to feel good. Going to require some ice. Great hustle down the line for Jesse as he has a HBP. And bases loaded now. And I cannot tell the batter. I think Perez might be on deck. I'll let you guys know here in a minute. And I'll see if I can identify the hitter. Ball's hit to the, it's going to the first base side, but it caught the overhang of the fence there. In for a strike. 0-2. We got 1 out. Runners a second and third. In for a strike. So strike 3 looking. Now coming to the plate. It does look like Andrew Perez. Got to tell by his swing. Yep, there's his tap. So we got 2 down. Since he's pitching, no better person than to get these hits. Ball low. First takes a big hack. Just misses it. Long delay on the pitch here. Here it comes. Perez takes ball 2 away. So it looks like it counts 2-1. On deck, I believe that is number 3. Perez hits a line drive up the middle. That should score 2. And it does. Actually, it scored 1. I did not score 2. My mistake. We had bases juiced. So Perez with a line drive up the middle for 2 RBIs. So because he's pitching, they're going to bring in a substitute runner for him. Looks like the runner is going to be number 15, Kaysen Lynn, maybe 16. Let me see. Hard to tell from over here. That's number 15. It's Kaysen. And you cannot tell who's at the plate. But that ball thrown right there was in for a strike. So one swing of the bat, the Falcons are right back in it and +1. They really worry about the runners here, and that bag is stolen. Would have been, oh, dang it. That's too bad. The hitter didn't recognize the base was going to be taken without a throw because Jesse had that base stolen all the way. So one thing these kids need to learn is identify that. Also, runners should be yelling no, 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 just so that the hitter knows not to swing, especially when they're really early in the count. But it is what it is. It's a learning experience, and here we go. That ball's elevated and away. Oh, check swing, foul, first base side. Pitcher's regrouping. And he delivers. Ball low. Well, he throws his bat out there at first base side. First baseman made a hell of an attempt for Wood Creek, but the ball did just get out of play. You know, if I was Wood Creek, I'd be a little irritated, but umpire calls a ball. Ground ball hit to third base side. Third baseman fields it cleanly, throws across the diamond. Looks like they're called him safe, and a run will score. So umpire says first baseman came off the bag. Didn't look like it from this side, but once again, not officiating. Got to go with the umpire says. And another run score, so Falcons are now +2 with runners at the corners. So Wood Creek's going to be putting a first and third on here in just a minute. What kind of defense they want to do. If they're going to throw down, do a cut throw to short, fake throw. Actually, no first and third. Great opportunity to take the bag if they're not going to defend them. So number 3 just got a base hit. Well, he beat out the throw to first. In for a strike. Number 3 takes second base uncontested. Ball in there gets past him. Oh, we have a very short backstop here. Tries to make a play, and he gets in safe. Not a normal attempt at Christian Brothers Field with a short backstop. It's been like that forever, even since when I was here back in the late 80s. But apparently just got enough angle on there to allow the run to score. So now the Falcons are +3, if my math is working well. So 4-1 at this point. So trying to scope out who might be hitting. And that's in for a strike. So his pitch count for this pitcher is definitely up there, especially for the first inning. I would say he's probably running around 25 already. It's definitely exceeding normal limits. Hopefully they're doing a Johnny Staff today. That's a swing and a miss, delayed swing there for strike 3 and the end of the inning. So looks like Falcons put up 4. Got a nice line drive up the middle by Perez to get 2 RBIs. We have a stolen base on a pass ball. And I believe a sacrifice bunt. And there goes Channel 3. Don't know if they're broadcasting the game today, but they're overhead. And see if we can get around the diamond here, see if there's been any changes. Looks like Perez is still on the mound. McKechnie's behind the plate. Nolan Gill is at first. Mr. Beck is at second. Kason Lim is at short. And Jesse's at third. And number 4 still in left field. Number 13's in center. And we still have the same right fielder as well. So folks who are kind of new to the high school ball thing, they do platoon during this, since there's no official book or anything along those lines. Just to try to get the kids as many opportunities, primarily offensively. Then they can kind of rotate them in and out as they need for the defense. A quick break. We'll be back with you guys in just a second. All right, coming back at you. Just have a throw down. McKechnie does a back pick to first base. Gill snags up, applies a nice fake tag, and now we're about to go underway. So if you guys just joined in, the Falcons are +3 on Wood Creek, scores 4-1. And Perez is back to work on the mound. I think the bullpen's going to get a little action here. Now first pitch in for is a ball. Let's see if I can identify the pitchers. Looks like it might be Ryan Joe going to the mound out here. Swing and a miss. Now speaking as a coach, with a playoff game tomorrow, there's a strike there. I would hate for all my pitchers to be pitching today. Hopefully very limited pitch counts, because I might need them tomorrow night. That ball's hit over to left field. Looks like it is in fair territory. So base hit. Ball comes in a Lim, and Lim's going to get it flipped on over to Perez for him to try to get this batter here. Hopefully force a double play. Swing and a miss. Chris picks over to first base. Gill grabs it. All right, runners going. McKechnie throws a second. Looks like he got in there. I was trying to get a little grip on it. So just misses the opportunity to throw the runner out. A smidge faster would have had him. Wasn't paying attention on the delivery from the pitcher, but usually does a pretty good slide step. And that's in for a strike. We got 1 and 2 on the batter. And that should be strike-free looking, which it is. So Perez, after a base hit, gets the next batter. Looking. Apparently was not expecting that pitch. Now we got runners at second with 1 out. Ball's in for a strike. Definitely no doubter right there. Middles are pinched on throw back to the pitcher, just gets by him. And the catcher. And then we got a foul ball. And wheel picked. No throw. Ball's hit third base side. Foul. Assuming that ball will be leaving play, which it did. We got 2 strikes on the batter, I believe. Couple looks at second, deliver for gets past McKechnie, but with a short backstop, that definitely paid dividends for the CB field. Any other diamond runner probably standing at third base, but he stays at second. Now Perez is bringing McKechnie out to the mound. Now these two play enough together, you think they'd be on the same page. Maybe a quick reset, maybe settle himself down a moment. And Perez delivers. Throws a curveball, just misses. Even McKechnie held that there. Might have been a strike 3. The ball is lifted into Lim snatches it at shortstop for the second out. Thought that ball was going to maybe get over the top of his head there, but I have slight restriction here of the seating in the outfield. We've got 2 down now, so runner second. First pitch in for a strike. Ball low. Quick wheel pick over to second. Just gets back in time. Ball low. The ball hits the dirt, gets past McKechnie, and the runner takes third. The runner's 90 feet closer. And the ball's down. Now we're going to have runners at the corners, first and third. Okay, he's looking for them to sign the coach what they're going to put on here. I'd imagine if it's a clean pick, a clean delivery from Perez, it'd probably go down to second since they're +3. But they'll also be working on something. So also an opportunity for the deke, where the catcher throws through and the shortstop will cut it off. Ball 1. Runner's going. Ball slid out to the right field. Looks like it drops as we're going to put one across. That's going to get the runner to third base. So a productive at bat by Wood Creek. Hits an oppo. One comes across. Runner from first advances to third. So resetting with 2 outs. Runners at the corners. Now the score's 4-2. Ball inside. Runner steals all over Perez on that one. He did a high leg kick. So if any first and third opportunities are going to be there, it wasn't going to happen on that one. So now both runners in scoring position now with 2 down. Like Perez might be creeping up in his pitch count here a little bit. Once again, not tracking that per se, but he's probably mid-20s, closing in on 30. That's in for a strike. Looks like he's got a pretty consistent tempo going here. And there's another strike. So I always tell the pitchers to make sure you're mixing up your tempo delivery. Looks like he's doing 1-2 pitch. 1-2 and pitch. There he is again. All right, swing and a miss. Ball hits the dirt. Umpire did punch him out. McKechnie throws to first base just for kicks and giggles to ensure the third out is recorded to Gill, and it is. And we are going now to the bottom of the second with the Falcons +2, score 4-2, Christian Brothers. Back in a minute. Now at the plate with bases loaded, we got Jesse at the plate. Swing and a miss, strike one. And that's number 2 on Jesse. We have 1 down up to this point. It looked like the mic was off the last few moments there, so I was talking and no one was listening. And foul ball there. Had some great commentary. You missed some great stuff, guys. Ground ball over to the third base. He snatches it off in front of the shortstop, throws across the diamond, gets him out of first. But it does go down as a productive at-bat as they did advance both runners. Now we got 2 in scoring position. And 1 came across. Now the play, I believe, is Andrew Perez. Let me see. Yep, that's Andrew. Last time up on this pitcher, hit a line drive up the middle. Scored 2. Seems to be in the same situation. And he had to duck that one. So 2-0. Ball in the dirt. 3-0 on Perez. Assuming when he gets if he makes it to first base on his debut, they'll be bringing in a runner for him. He's still pitcher of record. Inside, ball 4. So imagine he's going to run down, touch first base, and hand off the running responsibilities, which is not the case this time around. So bases loaded. Ball's hit over to the right field. That's going to drop in. Maybe not. Look at it a little further. I was going to get over the second baseman's head. Depth perception's a little off, as this old man calls it. And for the 3rd out of the inning. All right, back in just a minute and get you guys the new defense. Imagine we have a new pitcher. And I'll roll around, let you guys know who's playing what, when, and where. So going to the top of the 3rd, we do have a new pitcher of record. Looks like it's going to be Ryan Joe on the mound. I believe that's who it is. Double check here. Yes, definitely is. McKechnie's still behind the plate. Gill is still at first. Beck is at second. Lim is at short. It looks like we have a new 3rd baseman, number 6. And let's see, we have a new center fielder, number 9. And number 10 is playing right. And I believe left field, got to get his number here. Number 21. First pitch driven out to left field. Number 21 is on his horse as he goes to get it. Ball is out of play, so it'll be a double. Rolled into foul territory past the fence line, but did land in fair territory and proceeded to exit the field. So first offering from Joe. It's taking down the line for a double. Next pitch in comes in for a ball. Ball in the dirt. McKinney picks it up. Nice. Ball's away. Ball's popped up. Looks like Ryan Joe has called everyone away. Says, you know what, guys? Get out of the way. I got this. So he says, I'm taking it myself, which he does for the out. And for those folks who are following college baseball, if you haven't paid attention today, it looks like West Virginia has sent Troy home. West Virginia put a hurting on them, 12-0. And right now, bottom of the first, Georgia and Texas. This also is an elimination game. Bottom of the first, one out, is still 0-0, with Texas being home team. Curveball in for a strike. Another curveball. In for, looks like McKetney's errant throw is going to run to score. Got easy out at first base on a drop third strike. Not sure why he didn't go to first. But a very unsuccessful throw to third allows a run to score and a runner safe at first. So now we have one out with another run scoring. And I believe the Cats are now +2. Excuse me, the Falcons. Sorry, wrong team. Runner's going. Ball's hit to right field. Gonna take a one hopper to right fielder. Flings it into Beck. Now we got runners at the corners, with Glue Creek threatening to put a couple across the plate. But Joe's got to work hard here. Runner's going. McKechnie's throwing the ball in the dirt. Curveball gets away. Ball's Line drive out to left field, grabs it. One's going to plate. So a single puts runners back of the corners. Receives that in for a strike. Curveball. Ground ball hit a limb, gets under his glove. So another run crosses. So this seems to be definitely the inning for Wood Creek as they're putting runs across the plate. Like I said, don't have the official score in front of me, but either it's even or +1 for the Falcons. Well, ground ball hit to the second base side. Cam gets over to it, flips to first, not in time. Runner is safe. So the Wood Creek is definitely finding some spots here against the Falcons. And I imagine either we are chasing one now for the Falcons or we're even. But Joe just get a strike in there for us. And strike two. He's got the bottom of the zone there. Definitely has not been an inning for the Falcons. Got to record another out here. It looks like we just snuck one in there for strike three on an elevated curveball. Now Falcons got two down with bases loaded. Ball in the dirt. The coaches are, well, those are they're sending a couple of pitchers down, or pitcher catcher, but that got changed up, and it looks like that just missed. Still trying to figure out where that's missing. But according to the umpire, it is. And the pitch in for a strike. Up and in, ball four. It looks like the bullpen's getting some activity here. So Ryan Joe's definitely throwing across his body right now. causing the ball to go to the left-hander's batter's box. There's ball 2. Another one, ball 4. So I'd imagine by this time, someone should go have a conversation, either a coach or a catcher, just to break up the monotony here. So another run crosses. So it looks like I think the Falcons are now chasing 1 or 2. Looks like Gianni Vanacore is going out to have a little conversation with the pitcher. And it looks like McKechnie's joining in on the conversation while they're hopefully be able to set them down a little bit, as well as give the pitcher in the bullpen an opportunity. It looks like it's a lefty. Number 4 is in the bullpen. So we got bases loaded again here for the Falcons. See if Ryan Joe can get out of this. Ball first pitch in, comes in low for a ball. Definitely not working ahead on a lot of the batters right now. And the pitch. McKechnie back picks first base and got the runner. So with a heads-up play, McKechnie is able to help get the Falcons out of the inning with Gill grabbing the ball and applying a great tag at first to end the inning. So the Cats, I believe they're also named the Wildcats. Can't remember maybe the Wolves. Wood Creek is the name of the school. Wood Creek is, I think, +2 or 3 on the Falcons right now. And we'll see about who's coming to the plate. Get back with you guys in just a minute. All right, back at it. Not sure who's at the plate right this second. Let you guys know so I see the number. There's 2-0. Two and 1. Ball hit to the right field. That's going to drop down for a hit as long as he hustles and beats it out, which he does. So that right there, number 17, gets a base hit. I think it's number 17, possibly 11. Have to double check. Number 3 at the plate. Quick pick over to first. He's back safely. Bunts applied, drops to the first base side, which is perfectly executed. Pitcher picks it up, flips over, but advances the runner to second base. So number 9, it looks like, puts down a sacrifice bunt. Looks like we have a new rotation of batters here. First pitch in, first strike this batter. Ball's hit well. Out 2, gets over the left fielder's head. That's definitely going to plate 1. Get you the batter's number here in just a second. That was number 12. Number 12 launched it out there for a nice base hit, as he parks it at second base with an RBI. Quick timeout here. Get some of that hitting garb off. I was thinking about the days when I was playing and like looking like all these kids have was unfathomable back when I was playing, and a lot of folks out there could agree and concur to that. The amount of bats that they have, the equipment, the amount of gloves, specialized gloves, their own catcher's gear, on helmets, sliding mitts, shin guard protectors, elbow guards, even batting gloves. Well, looks like ball 2. Batting gloves are just coming out in the early 80s for little leaguers. Foul ball, swinging bunt maybe. No, stays just foul. Well, Jenny, the Falcons are not winning right now. They had a pretty rough inning right there. If I had to guess the score, I'd say we're chasing 2. I'd imagine it's probably 8-6. But the Falcons did plate 1 this last inning here. And the batter you are requesting has not been put in the lineup yet for the rotation of hitting, as they do groups of 6 or 7 batters, and then they will swap that out. So the person you're inquiring about is behind the plate, right? We're on defense. Now it looks like we've got a nice walk here. And now coming to plate looks like it's Ryan Joe. You are welcome, Jenny. Runner's taking second base, elevated throw. Allows him to take it safely, and that will plate another run for the Cats. So, Jenny, I think we are only chasing 1 now, if we have an official book. All right, actually, Ty. That's a foul ball right there. I understand actually Ty has a brand new electronic device at his household. Now ball's elevated. Ball just misses away. Quick pick over to second base. Gets back safely. Good pick, though. Shortstop was in position to put down a good tag. But number 9 was able to get in underneath it. That ball is definitely elevated. Not sure why number 9 wasn't shuffling on the pitch. These are situations you need to practice. Getting that advanced lead. Shuffling on the pitch and hoping the ball's going to be in a position where you can take the next bag. And there's ball 4 for Ryan Joe. And now coming to the plate is number 2. Looks like it might be Cameron Beck, I believe. Puts down a less than aggressive bunt attempt there. It looks like it has full into it. And stealing. Oh, that ball is hit up, and that's going to put the runner at second. It's serious. He had third base stolen, and Cameron put a charge of that one with the home run on an elevator shaft. So the runner was able to safely retreat back to second base. Who's coming to play right now is number 14, Jesse. Shortstop's out of position. Ball gets past the catcher. Then both runners have the base taken in front of them, but they both retreated back. Catcher was to make that third be completely off balance. Quick pick over to second base, gets back just in time. Umpire signal safe. Ball, base hit over to right field. But he's coming home. Runner is dead to rights for the third out of the inning. So unfortunately, a great base hit there by the batter. But trying to be aggressive on the bases, which is not a terrible thing, since it is, a time of season to see what people can do. But the Falcons are only able to plate one that inning. And I believe we are down 1 or 2. And it looks like, let me check some changes here, what might be happening. Looks like now we have the southpaw number 4 on the mound. I think his name, I can't remember what his name is, Seth, maybe? McKechnie's still behind the plate. Trying to gander who is at first base. And it looks like it still might be Gill. Lim is still at shortstop. Number 10 has moved into the second base position. Number 17 is now, and we have 2 17s. One Gill, one the other. I'm not sure what his name is. But number 17 is the other 17 is in left. Okay, center fielder is coming a little bit late. That might be Will Ames. Number 21 is going to left field. Now people are kind of shifting around here. Imagine if this inning, since we've been in this game for over an hour, that they'll probably have a different rotation for hitting, potentially. Because I think we are in the bottom of 3, I believe. Our last inning was a long one for the Falcons, as far as like when we were on defense in the top of the second. Or top of the third, maybe. It might be top of 4, actually. So, the final warm-up pitch is coming from the pitcher, the lefty on the mound. And Lim grabs it out of the dirt, flips it to number 10. 10 wasn't ready for it, but gets it back over to Lim. Lim's going to get it back to third. Third's going to get it back to the pitcher. And then we're going to get going here. First pitch hit off to the first base side. It's going to go foul. Not really sure why people park over there, but hey, good for them. Pitch in for a ball. Ball's in dirt. McKinney picks it up. Gets it back to the pitcher. We were 2-1. Ball just gets the inside corner. Strike 2. So crafty little lefty up here doing his thing. Ball's popped up to the third base side, shading his eyes, makes the play. Foul ball. McKinney pops up. Umpire signals it's foul. As he gets in foul territory there. Inside, strike 2. Ball in the dirt. Foul ball. Hard ground ball, third base side. Foul. Ground ball, third base. Big hopper. Gonna throw across the diamond. Looks like he just beats it. Now we got to run at first base, one out. Swinging bunt. He's just going to get foul. Ball's hit to right side down. Case and Lim makes a great diving catch. Throws to first base, doubles off the runner. So double play with a heads-up play by Case and Lim. I thought that was the third out of the inning, and I was right. Maybe Christian Brothers thinks we should play 4. All right. We'll hopefully give the Falcons a little momentum there with that great double play. Casey making a diving catch into the hole, realizing the runner was advancing, thinking it was going to be a base hit that Casey stole. Back picked him at first, or back through first base and got him. Couldn't have drawn it up any better. Well, after that dynamic play by Lim, he gets to lead off the inning. I'm assuming the way the baseball gods work, high probability he's probably going to get a base hit. And ball 2. Lim puts a charge into the ball. He can't see it. It's going to get over his head. It looks like Lim's going to be going for second base and arrive safely. As I just said, he had high probability of getting a hit, and he delivers. Now coming to the plate. Looks like it is McKechnie with Nolan Gill on deck. New pitchers on the mound. Ball in for a strike on McKechnie. Quick look over at Kaysen. No throw, but he was playing it safe, diving back. McKechnie, I believe, takes a strike. Not positive. I started watching the run where Kaysen was advancing. The ADHD in me. Watch play this happening. So it's either 1-1 or 0-2. Lim takes third. That takes the ball away. So it is 1 ball, 2 strikes. They're drawing the infield in on McKechnie. Hopefully you have a base hit or a sacrifice fly. Put the ball in play, get it deep. And ball 2. 2-2. Once again, assuming these 56-year-old eyes. And he swings and a miss, strike 3. Now coming to the plate is Gill. Gill takes a strike. Swing and miss, strike 2. And strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts on the lefties. And now coming to plate number 4. Which apparently we're going lefty, lefty, lefty. So with 2 down after a double by Lim, he's standing over third base. And this pitcher is just peppering the strike zone against the lefties. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, runner at third. And a ground ball first base side. Looks like he just got foul. And there it is, strike 3. So 3 lefties, 3 strikeouts. We're going to get to the change of the positions here in just a minute once they get out to their spots. So on the mound, number 4 retains the bump. Not sure who's catching. We'll find out here in a minute. Looks like we got Perez at first base. And a throw down. Looks like Ryan Joe is at shortstop. And Case and Lim is sliding over to second. Number 12 is in center. Number 21 is in right, which I believe is Will Ames. Number 3 is in left. So I'm not sure who the catcher is as of yet. It might be Jesse. And for a strike. another strike. The ball's hit up the middle. Jason grabs it, throws it to first, and he is, I thought he was safe, thought he pulled the first baseman off, but looks like Perez maintained contact with the plate for the out. Looks like number 13 is in the bullpen, getting warmed to enter the game. And for a strike. The ball's hitting over to the triangle. Kaysen does get behind second base and grabs it. So back-to-back balls hit out to second base area for Kaysen Lim. Grabs it out of the air for the second out. Pitches in for a ball. Swing and a miss, strike two. Or actually, strike one. Ball's a little bit up. Another pitch elevated. Ball inside. Strike two. We'll reset by number 4. And there it is. Should be, called it away. I thought it was going to be strike 3, but umpire calls it ball 4. Ball's hit to the right field. Number 3 looks like he's got a beat on it. Yeah, he gets past him. Ball's down. It looks like he's going to be going for 3. Looks like 1 run will possibly score. Well, it looks like Perez lost the ball a little bit. And a run will plate. And the runner will get to third base. Another ball hit over the right field side. Gets out foul. Ground ball hit to Lim. Looks like Lim's going to get all the outs this inning. And he does. So easy ground ball to number 15. Flips it over to number 18 for the third out of the inning. All right, well, the Falcons are back to the plate. See, we'll get you guys some numbers here in a second. Looks like possibly number 12's hitting again. It actually might be 21. This might be Will Ames. Trying to identify the hitter by their stance. See if I'm correct or not here in a minute. Foul ball. Ooh, right off the front end of a truck. And that's why you don't park over here. I know it's convenient, but it is not worth a broken window. Long delay from the pitcher. Elevated for ball 4. Now coming up is number 13. And 21, yes, I believe that is Will Ames. I did call that correctly based off his batting stance. He's got a lead. Number 13 is at the plate. He shows bunt. Drops his bad head, pops the ball into the air, foul. Another bunt attempt, another drop bit, the head of the bat, popped it up, foul, so he's 0-2, so bunting's more likely not going to be an option anymore. For those folks who are at home or driving or something like that, and you're curious about the Georgia-Texas game, the number 3 ranked Georgia is playing number 6 Texas. Texas is home team. They're on the top of the 4th, and it looks like Georgia's got a runner at second on second. A hard hit ball off of the pitcher, caromed right to the first baseman. Worst possible spot for the hitter. But he did advance the runner successfully to second base. But he put a good charge into it. But the pitcher did take one off the shin, and it caromed right to the first baseman so he could tag the bag. So no luck for him there. But getting back to this, we have Texas is the home team again, and Georgia's threatening. We run our second base with 1 out. We're going to give the pitcher a couple warm-up pitches just to make sure he's good to go. Based off that delivery, it looks like he's golden. First pitch in is low. And it looks like our Ames almost got cut out of position there. Was able to get back safely. Ball's hit to right field. Looks like he's coming in, charging it. He drops the ball. I assumed it was in play. He stays at first base, and number 16 arrives base safely. Advances Ames to third base. So runners to the corners. I believe no outs. Ooh, that ball was definitely tight, and he called it a strike. Looks like he do a little matrix there in the right-hander batter's box. Good pick over to first base, gets back safely. Ball was dislodged from the first baseman. Ground ball, or foul ball off to the first base side. I will say behind the plate is a much better angle for the announcer. Being out here is a little bit of a challenge. In for a strike. Actually looks like strike 3. It's not going to plate number 10. Or runners to the corners. Looks like Lim is on deck. That ball was definitely low. Umpire called it a strike. Maybe he's got some plans this evening. Another one in for a strike. Pitcher has no problem going after that zone. That's for darn sure. He last inning he took 3 lefties out. Just bam, bam, bam. And it looks like he punched him out, strike 3. So I do believe that ball looked a little low, too close to let it go. But umpire may have a hot date. And I'll let you guys know about some defensive changes as we get back out to the top of the 5th, maybe, possible 6th. About any changes that I see, and I'll report them to you. I can report to you that number 13 has taken possession of the mound. So he's entered into the game. And it looks like Perez is still at first. Lim is at second. Ryan Joe's at short. Looks like we swapped out a third baseman, possibly. Number 12 is in center. Looks like Cameron Beck is at third. And right field is being patrolled by... Wait for them to turn around here. Number 3. Well, if memory serves me correctly, this last time this batter was up, he put a charge into it that got down the left field line that turned into a double as it left field to play. Ball is hit first plate to Case and Lim. So the last 4 outs of this game have all gone to second base. I think it'd be nice if Case and let the other kids play. Now check swing, fouls it off. Inside, just misses. Ball in the dirt. It looked like Will Ames might be catching. Trying to get a read on it. Definitely not Jesse. Ball just gets a little bit away there. And ball low, ball 4. All right, we've got a runner at first base. 1 out. A little wrinkle there from number 13. Sneaks it in for a strike. Sorry about that. Thought I hit the mute. Apparently did not. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So number 13 gets a K. Swinging strikeout. 2 down. Hopefully just keep the runner at first base. Starts this batter off the ball in the dirt. Ball's hit to the pitcher, popped up, calls it himself, stays on the mound, secures it for the out. All right, we're coming back around. Looks like we have Case and Lim at the plate with McKechnie on deck. And if it's the same order, that means Gill will be in the hole. First pitch to Lim. Little low, called for a strike. In for a strike as well. So 2 pitches, 2 strikes on Lim. In the hole 0-2. Curveball, strike 3. Didn't look like he's ready for that at bat. And as projected, that is correct. McKechnie is now coming to the plate, and Gill is on deck. And right behind him, I believe, is number 4, who's also a lefty. Okay, he swings, fouls it off. McKechnie gets a ball, a hit out to base hit, out to left field. So secures position at first. Shortstop made a hell of an effort. Got some athletic ability going to his left, but the ball just snuck over his head in between shortstop and left field. And now coming to play is Nolan Gill with a runner at first. Pitcher's paying attention to McKechnie. And Gill takes it in for, it looks like it's a ball. Ball looked like it was much away, but he calls it a strike. Gill takes a swing, fouls it off. Gill puts the ball up the middle, gets a base hit, and allows McKechnie to advance to second base. So, last inning, lefties were striking out looking. Now they're putting the ball in play and getting hits. And number 4, I believe, is coming to the plate now. First pitch ends the ball. So with 1 out, runners at first and second. The third lefty of the bottom inning here is at the plate. And he takes a swing, just misses. Ball 2 or 3. And he's shuffling on the pitch. Looks like that should be ball 3. And that would be strike 2. So I believe the count is full with 1 out. Shortstop's got a pinch on McKechnie there behind him. Takes ball 4. So bases loaded. Looks like for Will Ames coming to the plate. So he has an opportunity to do a little damage here. Possibly get a hit, score 2, sack 5, score 1. Awfully, the latter is what the former is what we'd like to get. Definitely want to get a hit. See if they're going to be in motion here. First one comes in for a strike. Swing and a miss. So big swing there by Ames. Pulled his left shoulder out pretty aggressively there. He was going big or go home on that swing. It's a ground ball to third base. Looks like it just squeezes past. It's fair. It's going to score 2 for sure, allowing number 4 to get to third safely. And so Ames, with a great base hit, scores 2. So I also point out that all the kids that are getting hits this inning are all former players of College Glen. And they've been coached by somebody who might be talking to you right now. A little plug for myself. Anyway, so Falcons put in 2 this inning. Got 1 out. That ball's hit over to first base. Looks like he grabs it there. Thought it was going to sneak over his head, but it didn't. So that was number 13. Popped up to first base side. That'll be the second out of the inning. And now coming to play is number 16 with Ames at second. And first pitch in, first strike. And the ball is base, ready to squish up the middle. That should score 1 for sure. That'll put runners at the corner, so a successful base hit by number 16. Solid base hit, and that's now bringing to plate, I believe, number 6, maybe. Waiting for them to rotate here. So I would say by this point, the Falcons have reclaimed the lead. And one comes in for a strike. And that ball's inside. Ball's popped up foul. Catches the top of the backstop there. And that ball's going to kick away. It's going to allow the runner from first, number 16, to advance to second base uncontested. So now we got 2 runners in scoring position. Ball's popped up. The first baseman's got a beat on it in foul territory. Completely leaves the field of play. He made it look like he was going to make a play on it. He was definitely ready to. Swing and a miss. Looks like strike 3. Before I forget, if you guys are curious what potentially freshman season will look like if the boy makes the squad and time avails itself, I'll be doing what you can expect roughly during the season as far as the play-by-play and the scoring and radar detector. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m., there is a Babe Ruth playoff game between the SSC Cats and Wheelhouse at the Army Depot, Field 1 at 7 p.m. So I can tell you in advance that the camera angle going towards the third base side will be not great for about an hour, just because the sun sets over there. And it's very challenging to get the aperture and the exposure correct on the camera. But home plate and the other two cameras should be in pretty good shape. But hope you guys get a little taste of what it could be like once again if the boys fortunate enough to make the freshman team here at CB. And then if time permits, I will be happy to broadcast, as I enjoy doing that. Quick defensive change for the Falcons. Going to the mound after a successful AB is Will Ames. Perez is still at first base. Lim is at second. Ryan Joe is still at short. And I think Jesse might be in center field. No, he's not in center field. Maybe he's at third. That's Cameron back at third. Number 17 is in center. Number 6 is in right. And number 3 is in left. Will is getting ready to finish up his warm-ups here. Ball's getting back picked to first base. A little pre-game. Of course, the normal thing is actually going to second, but it's always good to work on back picks to first, back picks to third as well. Get that rhythm down. First pitch in is a low ball. And I just got confirmation that is Jesse behind the plate. I am noticing that, unfortunately, the outfielders are not starting on the pitch when the ball's being delivered. It's definitely something that should be practiced. That ball's in for a strike. I want to get that body in motion, so you have to make a quick twitch towards the ball. Ames sneaks one in, but it goes in for ball 4. So, first batter for Ames is go for a walk. You hear that rattling noise on the microphone. They're doing some track practice out here. I'm not sure if the school would like them rolling metal across the track, since it is a turf. That's a good throw to second base. However, ball was a little bit off to the left, and the runner is safe. little wheel pick action, get over second base. Lim's there to receive it, back safely. Peaceful aim, delivers, ball's popped up. The ball's coming to center field. Number 17 is camped underneath it. Didn't have to make too much of an effort. Secures the ball for, I believe, the first out of this inning. Flames now working out of the stretch. Get a little delivery action here to the plate. In for a strike. So, as I mentioned, the Cast will be playing Wheelhouse tomorrow for playoff game for Babe Ruth, and then Christian Brothers will be back in action against Lincoln of Stockton on Thursday in Stockton. In for a strike. So Will's now ahead in the count. See if you can finish him off here. Wheel pick over. Nope. Thought it was going to be a strike. Apparently, umpire said nope. Ball hit over to, looks like it got past the right fielder or left fielder. Looks like he missed it in the sun. That's going to play to run for sure and allow the person to get to second base. Foul ball. Ground ball hard hit. Shortstop. Backhanded by Joe. Joe throws across the diamond for the out. So great play by Ryan Joe. Gets it over to Perez. Keeps the Cats connection going. But that'll be coming into a hopefully freshman team near you with that combination. And I believe that might be the end of the game, the way the kids are lining up. And that seems to be the case. All right, well, looks like the next broadcast here is going to be on Thursday for the freshman Falcons. And if you guys want to tune in tomorrow, 7 o'clock at the depot between SSC Cats and Wheelhouse. Hope you guys enjoyed today's broadcast.